Buying a house or building a house. One of the most talked about debates in the real estate sector since the dawn of time, actually. Should you buy a house or should you build a house? In my opinion, okay, there are both advantages to buying and building. There are disadvantages to buying as well and disadvantages to building. No one is wrong actually. It just depends on you and the investment you're looking to make. Some people prefer buying houses. Some people prefer to build their own house. For me, I prefer building a house because I see the earth as a blank canvas and I'm the painter, I'm the artist. I can express myself through my house. But this might not be the case for some people, or it might be the case for some people, but circumstances actually make them choose the other option. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of both buying and building houses, so you know what you're getting into when you decide to make a decision on if you want to buy a house or if you want to build a house. And the advantages of buying a house. The first advantage is that it's immediately available. The houses on sale on the market every single day. So if you want to buy a house, you can just wake up and go and purchase a house. That's one advantage of buying a house. It saves time and it is immediately available. The second advantage is that it is less stressful. It saves stress, the stress of supervising, the stress of purchasing materials, and the stress of allocating resources for each and every part of constructing or building a house. You can know that you're spending 250 million naira on a 4-bedroom duplex. That's what you want. You can just phone your realtor, hello, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom duplex in this so and so location. Could you get it for me? And the realtor comes back and tells you, I have 4 properties in this location from 230 million to 260 million. You say, I need the one that's closest to 250 million. Can I come and see it and you make payment and you get your house? Right? That's a very serious advantage. I can't even lie. That's a huge advantage for buying a house. Financial institutions like banks, you can easily get loans for mortgages for already finished houses. You can rarely get loans or mortgages to build a house. They'll most likely give you a loan if you are buying a house rather than building. Most financial institutions, I actually really don't know of any financial institution that will give you a loan, that will give you a mortgage to build the house, right? But if they are, I'm not aware of them. But more financial markets, more financial institutions will give you mortgages to assist you when you're buying rather than when you are building. And also, most houses up for sale are already in established locations actually. So the locations of the built up houses are most likely in established locations. So this is another advantage of buying a house. Yes, the disadvantages. The first disadvantage is that you don't have full customization rights over the house. So you might see a house that you like, but there are some parts you might not like. You might not technically be okay with everything that the house comes with, but you just have to settle because you're buying and the house wasn't built necessarily by you, so you couldn't customize it to your thing. So that's the first disadvantage. Buying a house technically is also more expensive than building a house, because in the cost of a house, the cost of land is included, the cost of building the house is included, the cost of the profit on the developer is included in the house you're about to buy. So have it at the back of your mind when you're buying a house that buying a house is more expensive than building a house. Another disadvantage is that there might be hidden defects in the house. You're buying a house, you're actually buying the developer, and if the developer lets you down, you might not know until you actually bought the house, and you know wear and tear comes with time. But there are some developers that are very credible that will give you high standard homes. But you know what high standard means? High standard means higher prices. Let's move on to building a house. What I recommend everybody should do. I don't recommend everybody should do it, but I just mean that if I were to choose for me, as when I'm ready to live in a house, when I'm ready to own a house, I would actually prefer to build my own house for multiple reasons, and one of the reasons is that I get full customization control over my house. I can decide to do whatever I want on my house, however I want my house to be. I can converse with the architect and he puts my ideas on paper, right? Put my ideas on paper and the engineers build it on the ground, right? My ideas come to life when I'm building a house. Another advantage is that you get better cost control. What I mean is that nobody says when you start building a house, you have to finish it immediately. You're free to build your house in phases, right? This is why most middle to low income earners build houses. You're free to build your house in phases. You can do this today, you can do this the next month, gradually. Slow and steady does win the race, actually. Not all cases, but slow and steady is actually a serious advantage for building a house. If you're not a citizen or an individual that gets bulk money, like that earns money in bulk, and really want to live in a house, and you know that if you save your money, you can actually build a house. You can start, the first paycheck you get, or the first phase of your building can be purchasing the land. The second phase might be fencing. The third phase might be laying the foundation. However you want to do it, you can do it slowly and steadily. The standards of the house are designed to your taste. Because you're building, you get to use the best possible facilities to make your house the best possible house within your budget and around your taste. When you're building a house, you're emotionally satisfied when you come back home, or when you're walking into your house and you see that your kitchen is right where you would have loved your kitchen to be, your bedroom is right where you would have loved your bedroom to be, your laundry room is right where you'd have wanted it to be, and everything is just where you want it to be. That's lovely. That's nice actually. You don't have to compromise one feature, one part of your taste for another actually when you're working with developers, right? When you're buying a house. So emotional satisfaction is there when you're building a house. Building a house is potentially cheaper than buying a house. Like I said earlier, you include the cost of the land, the cost of building a house, the cost of the workers, and the profit of the developer. But when you're building a house, step by step, you build it exactly. The cost of the land exactly, the cost of each block is exact, the cost of everything. And when buying a house, if in the building of that house there was a mishap, or there was a force majeure, that's an unforeseen circumstance that caused the developer to spend more than he intended, that will be obviously included in the cost of the house, right? But for you, it will be exact, step by step, each naira documented, and it is potentially cheaper than buying a house. And yes, the disadvantages of building a house. It is time consuming actually. Sometimes you might be building a house and something happens to where you were staying before, and you just need somewhere to stay. So you've not finished the house. It's time consuming actually to build a house. The process of building a house is stressful, especially for the owner of the house. You have to supervise, you have to allocate funds, you have to manage people actually. So this is the stress that comes to building a house. And when you're building a house, the prices of materials, or building materials, may actually increase unexpectedly. A bag of cement from 10k, it might be 13k before you finish building a house. So all this cost overrun is another disadvantage of building a house. And you need to engage the services of professionals, professional engineers, professional architects. You need to engage the services of professionals, and this actually costs money. Or like developers that they are the team already, so they are like a group of professionals. For an individual building a house, you have to engage the services of professionals. And this is not a disadvantage actually. Just basically what you have to do. You have to do what you have to do for the success of your investment. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of both buying and building a house. None of them are wrong actually. They are both good investment routes. Whichever route you choose to take depends on you as an investor and what you want from your investment. So I advise you that whatever you want to do, whether you want to buy or you want to build, that it's in line with your investment goals and what you can handle. Until next time, I'm Peter Andy, and I'll see you on the next video.